CM Punk's agents reached out to Fox about the co-host position for their WWE Studio Show that'll take place on FS1 when SmackDown moves to Fox. They're going to do a Tuesday sort of like sports talk show sort of thing, but for WWE. And
wouldn't you think you'd have WWE superstars talking about WWE?
No, because I think they're looking for it more like an analyst thing.
Okay.
I think it'll be more guys like that. And they'll have some interviews with guys that are on the roster. But I think they're going for like a sports talk sort of show.
I can't see him taking back Punk. I can't see McMahon taking Punk back in any aspect that has to do with
Well, here's the thing, is that he wouldn't be directly working for WWE.
But he'd be involved.
He'd be working for Fox.
Which is also part of WWE.
Well, it's not affiliated.
Part of them, but affiliated with them.
Yes.
And they may not, WWE, they may not like that.
I think the apprehension would be more, has been more on Punk's side than it has been WWE's side. Because I think that, like Vince said the week after the Punk interview where he buried everything, that, it was on the Stone Cold podcast when Vince did that, when the network like first launched, and he asked him like, could CM Punk ever work for WWE again? And Vince said that the door's always open.
I mean, you never say never with WWE. We've seen that 100 times.
Yeah.
A year.
So the main thing I'm surprised by is that Punk would want to be a part of this. Or at least that there is some sort of interest there.
Yeah, that's because he sucks at UFC.
Yeah, but now Punk is doing like commentary for MMA stuff. So I wonder if the main reason Punk is doing this is because, he doesn't want to do wrestling anymore. He doesn't want to do UFC anymore. He wants to transition into the broadcasting side of things.
No. I mean, I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen Punk. I don't know how to really... Because really the last time I remember seeing him was the pipe bomb.
Yeah. Well, that was 3 years before he actually left.
Yeah, I know. But I don't remember anything after.
Right.
So the only thing that really stands out in my head is the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
So, that wasn't 3 years after the pipe bomb, was it?
Yeah, it was, trust me, I know this. The pipe bomb was the summer of 2011.
Okay.
Then Punk's last WWE appearance was Royal
14.
Rumble 2014.
Okay, I knew 14 was the last date, but I thought the pipe bomb was right around there.
Yeah, and then after that, Punk walked out, and then he was fired with FedEx overnight that he received on his wedding day. So that was the story of CM Punk.
I don't think it matters since he walked out. I don't think it matters that he got fired.
Yeah.
And then, of course, AJ Lee left after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because he's talked a lot of shit about WWE.
Yes.
So why would he want to be involved with them or affiliated with them, and why would they want to be affiliated with Punk?
Yeah. And the main thing, like, he'd be talking about WWE.
Yeah. Now, are they wanting to use him? Well, this is him wanting to do it, not Fox wanting to bring him in.
Yeah, there's been no indication on whether Fox wants it or not. It's just that Punk's agents, not even Punk himself, but... and so it could just be a situation where his agent is trying to, like...
Get him work.
Yeah, just sending out feelers to companies.
And that could be, and it just got to the wrong person and made the internet.
Yeah, and Punk might see this and be like, what the fuck? I don't want anything to do with this.
For a new agent.
Yeah, you're fired, agents.
Yeah, he'll get it in UPS.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm for or against it. I have nothing against Punk. I don't remember much about him wrestling. I know he was a good wrestler.
Yeah.
I know he was good in the ring. I know he had good mic skills. But other than that, I mean, I don't recall all the bullshit that went on, with him leaving. I just don't recall it.
Yeah. So for me, it's like the complete opposite, because Punk was my guy, and he's what kept me into wrestling.
So you want him involved.
In that point. I don't want him involved in this, though. Like, I want to see him wrestle.
Okay, so you want to see him in the ring.
Yeah, and that's the other part of this, is that does this mean that we can put a nail in the coffin of any hope that CM Punk is going to go and wrestle for AEW?
And just because if he does get the job on Fox, he does not work for WWE.
That is a fair point.
He could still work AEW.
That is a fair point.
Now, Vince McMahon might put a stop to it.
Yeah, that would be some sort of feud.
There has to be some kind of contract where if you're affiliated with WWE by doing this FS1 show or whatever, you cannot work it with another outside program.
Yeah. Especially if it's AEW.
Yeah. Because, I give it 3 years and AEW is going to buy Ring of Honor.
Yeah, maybe. I mean...
And just incorporate their superstars into AEW.
Maybe not Ring of Honor, but there will be... Yeah.
I can't remember which one was the worst one.
Well, they're both both
worst,
pretty bad.
Lowest budget one is what I meant.
Impact has the lower budget, but ROH is really struggling right now, which is mostly because of AEW.
Okay.
Because that's the thing that doesn't get a lot of talk about, is that the indie promotions are really suffering now because of AEW.
And you think about ROH and Impact are the only indies, and I consider Impact in indies.
At this point.
Yeah. On TV.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of on TV. They're on a TV network that no one's heard of, Pursuit.
Well, I see you.
They're on
Ring of Honor.
They're on Twitch, and Ring of Honor is with Sinclair Broadcasting.
I used to see it on TV all the time. I don't know what channel it was on, or if it's still on that channel, but I'd see it like every Saturday.
Yeah, but as far as the Punk deal, because I don't know if we ever talked about this, but the deal a while back was when Punk was announced for StarCast, which, as we're always told, it's not an AEW event. It's just it just only runs shows around the AEW shows.
Yeah.
So they're not AEW, but they only work exclusively with them.
Yeah.
That the rumors started from, or at least the speculation started from there. Well, he's going to be in All Out in Chicago.
Mm.
And then after
Which is
that...
expected being in Chicago.
And then after that is when Punk had the interview where he basically buried them and just said that, every time I say every time one of them texts me or I text them, or like he pointed out, like he texted the Young Bucks, like that, I don't remember if he said good luck tonight for the Double or Nothing show. Mm. And then after that, it ends up with Tony Khan saying that, oh yeah, we have a good relationship with Punk. And so he got frustrated with that every time he talks to one of these guys, it turns into CM Punk is definitely going to AEW.
Okay.
And that's when Cody, and this is something that is interesting looking back on, is that after that, Cody Rhodes, in a tweet, said that, that Punk doesn't seem to be interested. And then he even said, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to WWE.
Mm.
And everyone, and including me, I was one of these people that thought, this is clearly a work. Yeah. Punk just said that stuff, so we don't expect to see him at All Out. It's all a work. But now, with this news, unless they're really extra working, that CM Punk reached out to, or CM Punk's agent, rather, would reach out to FS1 and Fox about a job working with a WWE affiliate, just to make us not think he's going to show up at All Out. That would be some extra work.
Yeah.
So I think the most likely thing is that we're not going to see Punk in AEW.
Maybe not right now.
Yeah, I'm interested in that because
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess I'm not here or there. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
He was good in the ring, but he's been gone for 5 years. For all I know, he don't know how to run the ropes again.
That's fair. Like, we don't know. But I think
MMA is different than wrestling. It's not like you're just going from one ring to the other and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's not what he's been working on.
Yeah, the cardio is a lot different too.
Yeah.
We don't want 1,000 rest holds.
Yeah. So the big thing though, and I think the biggest like X factor for AEW was always like we could get CM Punk. And as far as like their debut show on TV, if they were able to have CM Punk going into that, then it would be a needle moving acquisition.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, like, they're not dead without him, but it would have been a big deal to have him. And I wonder if just the way that they handled things with Punk and just upsetting him with the way that they talked about him has made it so maybe at one point he was going to work with them, then now he doesn't want to.
Could be. I really thought he would.
Yeah, I definitely thought he would, especially after the StarCast announcement.
Yeah. It's just the fact that it's not WWE.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is that just to stick it up WWE's ass.
Just to go, screw you, McMahon.
It would be the equivalent of someone jumping to WCW back then.
It'd be like the Click.
Yeah.
When Hall and Nash jumped WWE ship and went to WCW.